For our final project, we developed Home Again, a nonprofit organization that provides the homeless with daily essentials and much more.
At Home Again, our mission is to help the homeless meet their immediate needs and also provide them with a path to regain their footing in society. Our value proposition statement says that we offer hope and a better quality of life to area homeless through access to basic necessities, housing, and employment services. By providing basic essentials such as hygiene kits, foods, and clothing, we will meet the immediate needs of homeless individuals and families. And this, in turn, will improve their quality of life and help improve their health. Through our referral service, we will offer continuing support to connect the homeless with housing and employment services aimed at making them more self reliant and getting them back on their feet and ultimately off the streets.
There is a large market for the people that Home Again could help. The most recent data indicates that there are over 500,000 homeless people in the United States.
Our minimum viable product consists of a warehouse building for our base of operations, as well as delivery vans and supplies. From our facilities, we will organize and distribute supplies as needed, and this will be done via pickup at our local business or via our delivery service. We will also meet with customers in our offices and act as a liaison between the homeless and representatives from other nonprofit and government agencies that offer housing and employment assistance.
One of our customer segments are homeless families. They are easily identifiable because they are sleeping outdoors in cars, or if they are fortunate enough, they are staying in overcrowded homeless shelters. Our MVP provides for their basic needs, such as food and basic hygiene products, and those will help to reduce illness and diseases. Having these basic necessities will facilitate their efforts to become self-reliant. Our second customer segment are homeless youth. This predicament means that they have to miss school where they're not acquiring the education and skills necessary to gain future employment. So by providing for their basic needs, their immediate health should improve sufficiently for their regular attendance in school. Long term, gaining education will improve their future opportunities to become self-reliant. Our third customer segment are homeless veterans, those that have served their country in the armed forces. It's not uncommon to see veterans begging for money at traffic stops because they are homeless and unable to find employment. Providing for their basic needs will allow them to obtain the medical care they need and provide them an opportunity to solicit assistance from local employment services. Developing and improving the quality of our customer relationships will help our business to make a difference to those in need. A GET strategy is to publicize what we offer to our customer segments. Placing advertisements on buses or bus stops will bring this social problem to the community's awareness. To be successful, we need to network or collaborate with local businesses to solicit donations and financial contributions to ensure effective impact to our target customers. Partnering with organizations that we offer services that improve our customers' lives will allow us to keep or retain their support. Developing an informative website is another way to retain and improve existing relationships. To grow our business, networking with other similar organizations will improve awareness of what we offer, both to potential customers but also to those in need.
We plan to use a mix of direct and indirect channels to deliver our products and services to our customers. Our direct channel includes the collection of supplies at our warehouse, where customers may come to collect them. We will also deliver supplies to customers who are unable to reach our facilities. Our indirect channel consists of partnering with another organization, such as a homeless shelter, for the distribution of supplies amongst the homeless within their facility.
Costs and metrics that matter. Controlling costs are vital to maximize the viability of any business, and we're no different. Out of control and unmeasured costs can fatally harm any business. So we've therefore decided to develop metrics that can help us to control costs, but also measure how other important factors are influencing our business. The first is operating costs, which should be closely tracked to make sure they are under control and minimized. In terms of our impact, how many customers are we serving each week, month, or quarter? Is that figure increasing or decreasing? And what is the impact to each customer? In terms of marketing, how effectively are we communicating our message to the community? Are we seeing increases to the number of hits on our website? Are the number of customers viewing and sharing our social media pages increasing? In terms of timeliness, we need to track our product delivery from date of receipt to delivery to customer. And finally, financially, are we generating enough donations and other revenue to cover all of our costs? Tracking and measuring all of these parts of the business will help us to be successful.
The most important costs for us to consider are outlined above. The costs were researched and compiled under the assumption that the business was based in Dallas, Texas. We researched the average cost of utilities based on the square footage of the warehouse we selected. In order to ship the products, we would have to pay for shipping and receiving supplies, along with the cost of trucks. We based our cost off of truck rentals versus buying the trucks outright. We estimated our salaries based off of 1 supervisor and 4 employees. 2 of the employees would be working in the warehouse sorting and packaging the products, while the other 2 would be driving. We also estimated our advertising costs based on a social media initiative or campaign to drive awareness, generate donations, and attract volunteers. For our revenue streams, donations will be raised by fundraisers, door-to-door contact, government grants and programs, as well as nonprofit aid and funding. One of the ways we will accomplish this is through job contracting and placement. Our clientele will be employed as temporary workers through local landscaping and tree services and with local restoration companies during storm disasters. This provides the homeless with a job, which enables them to receive funds for themselves while also contributing back to the company.
We have 4 critical partnerships that will make our venture a success. Starting with local government-funded programs, we hope to obtain hygiene and health products for women and young children. We also look to working with schools and school districts to find resources, including after-school programs, child tutoring, and meals for low-resource students. Next, we hope to form working relationships with our local grocery and convenience stores in order to collect slightly opened or unused products that are usually discarded or sold for a discounted price. We also look forward to forming strong coalitions with other homeless groups and services like local shelters. We will be aiming to advocate for the rights and dignity of homeless and impoverished citizens. Finally, we look at working with Compass Housing Alliance, which provides aid to people on their path to independence. This partnership will not only provide the resources for our customers, but may also assist in providing more stable housing solutions, reducing our homeless community. Our nonprofit will rely on the assistance of local staffing agencies in order to establish a charitable working culture. We also look forward to working with JustServe.org. We plan on obtaining funding via charitable donations and government grant programs. We will also look for in-kind donations, which are donations of perishables from community outreach. Our intention is to have a trademarked logo for our nonprofit along with a copyrighted slogan for public recognition. We will have one office space in the city where we will base our operations. Other physical resources will include the items for donation and delivery vans. Our aim is to immediately begin networking with hygiene product manufacturers in order to obtain commitments for donations, as well as to negotiate the distribution of those products. We aim to bring in staffing agency representatives in order to help polish skills and talents of our customers while helping improve quality of life. It will be critical for us to partner with local community groups like churches and other charitable organizations in order to establish days for the community to come serve those in need. Finally, we intend to negotiate with state-funded healthcare programs in order to help provide essential healthcare for our vulnerable women, youth, and children.
We have broken up our SWOT analysis among the following 4 categories: value proposition assessment, revenue and cost assessment, infrastructure assessment, and customer interface. Our strengths include a value proposition that is compatible with the needs of customers. This in turn leads to customer satisfaction. Another strength is that we enjoy good working relationships with our key partners. In addition, our operations are cost efficient. And finally, we have segmented our customer base adequately and established strong relationships with our customers, especially through our liaison program. While we have some great strengths, our company also has some weaknesses that we must address if we want to be successful. Among these weaknesses are the easy replication of our key resources and activities. We also rely heavily on donations as a single revenue stream, and given our size, we are unable to benefit from economies of scale. The business environment in which we operate consists of four areas: market forces, industry forces, key trends, and macroeconomic forces. Within the market forces environment, our biggest growth potential is among males over the age of 24 years old. According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, males 24 years and older make up the majority of the homeless population. Given this information, we can prepare to meet their needs by focusing our efforts on offering services that are relevant and of value to them, such as mental health, housing, and employment assistance, as well as rehabilitation services. Under the key trends environment is identifying where the homeless population resides. HUD also states that the majority of the homeless people reside in urban areas as opposed to rural settings. That is why we plan to base our operations in urban areas, which will allow us to directly access our target customer segments. Within the industry forces environment lies our next issue, and that is our heavy dependence on other players. Our business relies on monetary donations as well as volunteer hours and the donation of materials. And without these donations, our business would cease to exist. So, in an effort to mitigate this risk, we must diversify our revenue streams. For instance, we could earn money for our business by selling products to consumers. And finally, macroeconomic forces also impact our business. Among the various macroeconomic forces is the unemployment rate. The current rate is relatively low, resting at 3.7%. While the lower unemployment rate is a good sign for the economy, we understand that an economic downturn could be on the horizon someday soon, which is why we plan to prepare for it now while times are better. And doing this will help us be in a better position to help the homeless when the times get difficult.
As we started looking at the business model canvas for Home Again, we focused on our value proposition. We felt like we could provide essentials to the homeless. We felt the best channel for distribution of those products and services would be shelters. We would acquire our customers through referrals and canvassing. We had our customer segments divided into several homeless demographics. Our determined revenue stream would come from fundraising, charitable donations, as well as government grants. Our key partners would be school supply programs and homeless advocacy coalitions. Our key resources were comprised of donors, supplies, and volunteers. The key activities were networking with companies as well as supply chain management. The cost structure was based around receiving and storing supplies as well as distribution costs. Throughout the weeks, our canvas truly evolved. We realized that our value proposition could include not only donated essentials, but we could provide a housing referral service as well as access to education and jobs. Our revenue streams and key resources largely remain the same. We were able to come up with a list of specific key partners that we could reach out to in order to form a partnership to benefit our value proposition. We were able to narrow down our customer segments from 5 to 3 in order to have a greater focus. Our channels did not change much. We still would be relying on shelters along with delivering the supplies directly to the homeless outside of the shelters. We developed a strategy for our customer relationships that involved a get, keep, and grow strategy. We also expanded on our key activities to a more specific and outlined list.